The terror you have just seen was caused by science fiction. Everything else in this motion picture that you will see is science fact. The phenomena you are about to witness could well revolutionize your way of thinking. We are presenting startling facts and evidence that take up where other explanations leave off. Some of these revelations may very well go against things you have been taught and perhaps believed all your life. Prepare yourself for the evidence which will follow. The producers accept no responsibility for any mental trauma caused by the contents of this motion picture.
just standing still.
It's the rapture. Night one.
What the fuck?
We got an orb UAP, I think. It's right there. Look at it. Look at it. Look how it's moving. It's like moving side to side. Those are clouds that's going behind. Oh man. Come back. Come back. Do something awesome. If it's okay. Do something awesome. Let's zoom in on you. Oh, it's so blurry. Do something awesome. Okay. We're in Sedona. It's about 8 o'clock p.m. May 10th, 2025. Look at that. Look how it's moving, guys. Look at that. It's like moving side to side. Like zigzagging. Amazing. Come back. Right. Thank you. Stop being so blurry.
Energy, the seed corn of all development, all growth, all survival, energy. So energy, transportation, information, and manufacturing, these are the things that change humanity, that will change world power, and they are descending upon us in ways that are very unique. The technology is on the engineering benches today, but most Americans and most in Congress have not had time to really look deeply at what's going on here. But I've had the benefit of 33 years of studying and becoming friends with these engineers and these scientists. This technology can be built today with technology that is not developmental to deliver any human being from any place on planet Earth to any other place in less than an hour. To deliver Wi-Fi from space, where you never need a cell tower to connect. To deliver energy from space, where you never have to plug your phone in and it trickle charges, and you can use that energy over time. It can be applied to cars, to houses. The technology of Edison and Tesla that we live with in our energy environment, our paradigm today, is expensive, it's dangerous, and it's wasteful. Plug it into the wall, but yet that's what we all do because we are used to paradigms. The power of space will change world power forever. And it doesn't have to be a big country to do it. It can be a small island country, let's say New Zealand. Because the technology, if optimized, can change world power, and there's nothing you can do if you don't have that power. The nature of power. You either have it and your values rule, or you do not have it and you must submit. We see that play out again and again in history, and it's playing out now. But we get trapped.
Hey, bro. What the fuck is that? Hold on. Let me hurry the fuck up. What the fuck was that? What the fuck is that?
Okay, let's talk about Aero's response to what this is after doing, they said, pixel level analysis. So it's moving along. Let's make the assumption it is balloons. And I think we can pretty easily say that it's not if we look at it in this way. It's moving along with the air mass. Right? It's not moving through the air, it's moving with the air. So the entire air mass is moving over the land at what looks like about 15, maybe 20 miles an hour, something like that. And it's moving along with the air. So the air is what's generating its movement. Now, considering the speed at which the air would be moving over the land here, it would be getting disturbed and there would be turbulence created by all these buildings that's flying over, or that it's going over, right? So that would cause eddies in the air mass. And those eddies should impart some change in movement or direction of the object going along with it. Also, you can see that there's temperature differences on the ground, right? So the buildings are a different temperature, the ground is going to be a different temperature, and you can see that in the thermal here. So all of that is going to create thermal eddies as well. So as it's moving along with the air mass, there's going to be turbulence from the objects on the ground. There's going to be turbulence imparted by the thermal differences that as heat rises and the colder air sinks. So those are things that should be making this move all over the place, right? If it's a balloon and it's moving with the air mass here is going to have some turbulence in it. And from what we see through the entirety of this clip, this thing isn't changing shape. It's staying the way it is. And there are very obvious small things kind of hanging off of it, right? So you can see there's 3 things coming off of the bottom. They should be swinging around or moving. The whole object should be rotating or tumbling or moving, right? The air mass is going to have turbulence in it, and it will be imparted in this object. So if this was a lighter than air object that's floating along with the air mass, the behavior should be different. So for me, that's telling me this is not that type of an object. There is something else going on here.
There's some holes in the
Yeah.
maybe.
Astronauts have discussed UAPs with me, but without them giving permission for me to bring their name into it, there's no way on earth. One of the things that I've heard quite often is that when the space shuttle was up, even the International Space Station for missions before the space shuttle, going to and from the moon, vehicles that were not part of the human space program, as far as we know, being in near location to the spacecraft in some type, even sort of flying in formation with them, is not uncommon. That they've seen these things. There are loads of astronauts that have their own stories. But if you're in the astronaut corps and you want to fly on the next mission, you're not going to improve your odds by telling somebody, oh yeah, last time I was up, I saw a flying saucer. Okay, well, we just took you off the crew.
No sé qué sea, chicos. Estoy aquí, son casi las 5 de la mañana. Estoy arriba de mi carro y de repente salió eso. Pero no se mueve.
We are being contacted. that civilizations have been visiting us for a very long time, that their appearance is bizarre from any kind of traditional materialistic Western point of view, that these visitors use the technologies of consciousness. They use toroids, they use co-rotating magnetic disks for their propulsion systems. That seems to be a common denominator of the UFO phenomenon, and how they can work, manipulate time and space locally so that they can have their own anti-gravity propulsion and their own field of energy that's isolated, gravitational field, electro-gravitational field that's different.
My name is Brian O'Leary, and Brian O'Leary, yes, PhD, Berkeley, astronomy, 1967. And I was in the astronaut program briefly, and then I was on various Ivy League faculties for a number of years in various astronomy and physics departments, and spent a year with Morris Udall as his energy advisor when he ran for president in the 1970s. The case of contact, of course, the evidence is overwhelming. There's something happening. Tens of thousands of UFO photographs, very well-grounded researchers researching the abduction phenomenon. And we realize that something is happening, something is unfolding. We can't deny that.
Out of the four we knew of in 1963, we have a relationship with at least two of them, and they've made it very clear that we are being evaluated as what you might call a third world country. We were being evaluated for possible membership in a galactic federation. They are members of a vast federation of planets, in different planets, different star systems, even from different galaxies, and that we are being evaluated and nurtured and encouraged to grow up a little bit, dispense with our nuclear weapons and dispense with our traditional war-making processes.
Well, that hasn't really changed. We haven't stopped with our war-making.
Well, that's what's so sad about it.
It is, it's tragic.
That was the beginning for me. But over the years, and the more I learned and the deeper I got involved in my studies, until the day I retired from the Army in 1976, I still had a top secret clearance. And then during those years, I began to have face-to-face meetings with some of them.
Oh, you did?
I have.
Do you know the race that they were? Races?
Well, the ones that I've been dealing with look just like us.
Mm-hmm. Did they say where they were from?
No, they never did. They never tried to explain what planet they were from, or what star system they were from, or even what galaxy they were from. They made the point to me many, many times that they were members of a vast organization out there of civilizations and planets and star systems that are almost infinite.
I mean, that must have been such a privilege and a real incredible journey for you to have been associated with them too.
It was a bit of a shock, honey. I'll be honest with you. When it first began to dawn on me, the impact of what was happening to me was kind of a shock, psychic shock.
I think this is what most experiencers find as well, and of course, again, you're part of that.
I went through a period of time where I literally lost my old worldview. My old paradigm literally crumbled around my knees, you know. The old world that I had been raised in and the world I grew up in fell apart. And I had to come face to face with a new reality, that we humans on this planet are part of a vast, almost infinite community of intelligent life. And apparently we are worthy of survival.
That's good to know, and I wonder how that's going to be achieved.
Well, you're seeing it take place every day. You'll notice that they have shown themselves more and more. They fly over cities, they hover over airports, they fly along beside our aircraft. We have alien ships in orbit around our planet that are over 5 miles in diameter. And our NASA people have photographed them. And I have shown photographs from Apollo 13 taken on the way to the moon, showing alien craft 5 miles in diameter. We also have photographs taken from the Voyager Enterprise in 1980 when we went to the rings of Saturn. We found objects in the rings of Saturn, self-luminous, artificial objects the size of our moon, moving all around, all over the place under intelligent control. Now, these are artificial constructed objects the size of our moon. Now, our moon is 2,160 miles in diameter.
I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. That's the skyline over there. I'm gonna see if I can film this. It keeps showing up outside. Look at that. Look at that. I'm gonna try to zoom in on this. Oh my gosh, do you see that? What the bro. I've seen it all over TikTok. Now I'm literally seeing them in person. This is right next to Nashville, Tennessee. Right in Nashville, Tennessee.
Şu an yakınlaştırdım ama.
Görüyorsun değil mi?
Görünüyor kamerada. Öyle havada kalmış ışıklar.
Böyle havada kalmış ya.
Aha.
Nasıl ışık?
İşte bir bilsem. Hadi uzaklaştırayım.
Bebeğim enteresan bir şey ya.
Öyle havada asılı kalmış.
Baksana ya. Şehir aşağıda, şehrin üstü.
Evidence. Hank was a student at Northern Arizona University at that time, 1961. Apparently he had spent time with the Hopi Indians, quite a background with Indian folklore, and he had been given the name of someone that wanted to meet him by a Hopi elder of some kind, and the name was given Kopavi.
Kopavi is Hopi, and also a student at the university. He tells Craftsman that he's been given permission from his elders to take him into a sacred area of the Grand Canyon. The reason why is a mystery.
Kopavi and Hank started out, and Hank had no idea what Kopavi had in store for him. Kopavi said, "It's not permitted for you to see where we're going without a blindfold." As they were going up this trail, very steep, like an eternity. Kopavi was right next to a sheer rock ledge, and he said, "Hold out your hand." And Hank did so. To his surprise, his hand went right into the rock. Kopavi and Hank found themselves in a chamber, and there were doors all around the periphery of the room with different kinds of symbols on them that he couldn't recognize. Kopavi walked up to one of the doors, put his hand directly over one of the symbols, and the door silently opened up. As they entered the next chamber, it was what Kopavi said was a purification area. any kind of debris or pollution from the upper world was removed, including their mental state.
Craftsman believes Kopavi has led him to a portal to another dimension, hidden in the depths of the Grand Canyon. He describes a technologically advanced city with flying machines and transparent floating bubbles carrying people through the air. When Craftsman returns to the outer world with Kopavi, he vows he will revisit this magnificent portal again.
As Hank said, he says, and that's really the end of the story. He said, I never saw him again.
Over the years, Craftsman returns several times alone, hoping to find the cave again, but fails. He dies in 2010, to his last day dreaming to see the hidden city one final time. Is there a link between Craftsman's futuristic hidden city and the previous discovery of Egyptian artifacts?
That's so cool.
It's moving, man. It's like fucking... It's rotating.
Dude, it looks like the beginning of like a tornado.
Bro, what if...
de marzo del 2021, sobre la ciudad de Los Ángeles, California, en los Estados Unidos, fue registrada una evidencia extraordinaria, que fue captada desde una aeronave en vuelo. El autor de la grabación fue identificado como Sven Ferioli, quien posiblemente se trataba del piloto del avión. En el video, podemos observar un misterioso objeto en forma de cilindro, que se desplazaba sobre la costa, muy cerca de la aeronave comercial. Veamos las imágenes. La estructura del objeto, como mencionamos, presenta geometría en forma de cilindro, y se aprecia en tonalidad blanca. Tenemos que destacar que no se le observa nada que nos explique qué tipo de tecnología utiliza para sustentarse en el aire. No tiene alas, ni turbinas, y descartamos que se trate de un dirigible. Su forma es completamente diferente. El objeto presenta rumbo y dirección definidos.
Escúchame, ha bajado así y ha subido. ¡Ahí está! ¡Dios mío! ¿Qué es eso? Un dron. No. ¿Qué es eso? Dios mío. ¡Ay, Diosito! ¿Qué es eso? ¡Tiene luces a los costados! Mamá, cállate. No es un dron. ¿Por qué hay una luz tan fuerte allá? ¿Qué es eso? ¿Y se fue acá? ¿Qué fue? Aparte la luz. Ya, no viene. ¿Se va tan lejos? ¿Puede ser un dron, Gabriel? No. ¿Qué es? ¿Qué gritas esas cosas? ¡Desapareció!
that ship has arrived.
What the hell is that?
What the fuck?
Is this for real?
Did you get it breaking apart?
I think I did. What the fuck? Wait, what's going on?
They're all getting really bright.
UFOs are real and aliens are real, but they're not from outer space. And that's according to the top 2 UFO researchers after decades-long research.
Very senior person. He's told me, he said, Lou, I want you to stop doing this. I said, okay, sir, I certainly can, but may I ask why? And he says, well, we already know what it is. Now, at that moment, I honestly thought maybe it was our own technology. I was running up against some super uber secret sap, and, they were telling me to stop. And I said, okay, sir, so it's ours? And he said, no, that's not what I'm saying. And he said, he asked me point blank, have you read your Bible lately? And I wasn't quite sure where he was going with that. And I said, well, sir, I think I know what it says. Where are you going with this? And he said, well, then you would know that these things are demonic and we should not be pursuing them.
So where do they
It's
think
up
they're
there in
from if
time.
they're not from outer space?
They're interdimensional and potentially fallen angels disguising themselves because they're liars of something, like you said, can't be proven or disproven. I'm from this galaxy 300 light years away.
This is kind of what Tucker Carlson thinks. He thinks there's a spiritual element to it, and he thinks they've always been here, and he thinks that this is what's kind of documented in the Bible as like good and evil. And
that's it, exactly.
A number of things that I've heard from people in the Pentagon, that the buzzword in the secret of secrets in the Pentagon is the Sumerian gods are returning, and that's what they're referring to as that whole area that Peter's.
Wow! Can you repeat that again, just in case anybody missed it? The buzzword in
the Pentagon, in the military circles that are in the know about the cover-up here, they kind of in whispered tones talk about the return of the Sumerian gods. And they're talking about the what we would call aliens or fallen angels returning into the Middle East, into Old Sumer area.
The Anunnaki.
Well, could be.
Under the other ancient names.
Do you think that has anything to do with why we're in a...
I saw and I can't explain it. So if you have seen anything like it, please feel free to let me know what you think it is in the comments. Frankly, it has me pretty spooked. Never captured any footage, but tonight was different.
veckan och jag undrar vad han kommer ställa för diagnos på mig. Och alltså... Jag kom precis hem från mitt psykologbesök och ser i mina DMs en jävla massa mess om vad är det bakom trädet, vad är det under trädet. Och jag förstår ingenting. Och nu har jag gått tillbaka och kollat och jag förstår fortfarande ingenting. Jag förstår inte, vad är det vi ser? Är det en uggla? Är det en katt? Jag förstår ingenting. Alla vet att jag inte tror på någon paranormal shit. Det gör jag inte. Jag går ju fan alltid ensam i skogen. Jag går till övergivna hus ensam. Och för att jag tror inte att det finns någon paranormal skit. Men vad fan är det för någonting i videon? Jag kommer visa den nu. Alltså är det en uggla? Eller är det, alltså det ser inte ut som en människa. Det ser inte ut som ett mänskligt ansikte. Och jag såg ingen när jag tittade inte upp när jag filmade upp. Utan jag gick vid gyttja. Så därför såg jag inte detta när det hände. Utan jag såg det efteråt när folk pekade ut åt mig. Och jag fattar ingenting. Snälla hjälp. Alltså det är tvärkallt och det är tvärmörkt. I morse var det typ 8 grader och nu är det -2. Jag är på väg till min psykolog nu och han har lovat mig att kolla på Melmurder den här veckan. Och jag undrar vad han kommer ställa för diagnos på mig. Och alltså, det är så jävla fucking halt. Helt gyttjigt här i skogen. Fan. Men där framme, fuck me! Jävla skitskog. Men. Och jag undrar vad han kommer ställa för diagnos på mig. Och alltså, det är...
Incredible. They're not lanterns, Chinese lanterns, and they're not great big balloons because they're just stationary. They're not moving. This is taking this video by near Chanctonbury Ring, Stenning, West Sussex. The South Downs. Blimey, there's others popping up. Just suddenly turned up to the left. To the left of them, there's 1, 2, 3, the 3 that have just popped up. To the right of them, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Fuck.
Wow, I've never seen that before.
Me, it's so beautiful.
Are you getting a good video?
Yeah, well not, oh my God, Khalil.
Whoa.
That is so beautiful.
You gotta see that for me, please.
This is like a firework.
Oh, you gotta make a wish. Wait, is it a shooting star?
What else could it be?
I don't know.
These days. Look at how it's getting smaller and smaller.
I can't even make a wish until you.
What the fuck is that? No, look at it, how
flying.
it's like.
No, it's not a shooting star, because see, there's no tail, it's just flying. That's an actual.
It had a tail.
No, but it's gone now, it's flying. Like it's a
yeah.
craft. No, I'm saying it's like a craft. There's no, because
no, what craft would like have a tail like that? Like besides like this, like NASA, a rocket ship. No fucking way. They wouldn't be like, it's gone. They wouldn't be.
Basically what we're experiencing right now is two master chess players sitting at the board. And one of them looks down at the board and sees that he's in checkmate in 7 moves. And he looks across at his opponent and he knows that his opponent sees it too. So there's no getting out of it. So at this point, the loser can only prolong the game. Both players know the game is over. It's only a matter of time before he does this, and then you're forced to do this, and then he's forced to do this, and eventually checkmate. Based on the rules of the game, the bad guys have already lost, the good guys have already won. Yes, there's moves left on the table, but those moves are being forced by the player that is going to win. The only way that checkmate can't happen is if the player that's winning makes a mistake. But from all of the information that I've gathered, all of the information that's been given, all of the information that's been vetted to me, it seems pretty obvious that the good guy player on the side of the chessboard knows exactly what has to be done to win the game. And so at this point, any mistake would be all but impossible. And I'm sure most people sitting watching a chess match between two advanced chess players know the game's over long after the two players know it's over, because they can't see the board and see that there's only 7.
Vete de aquí, por favor. Dios mío, váyate ahora.
Bueno, durante este 2023, a partir de agosto, se han registrado 4 casos de encuentros de personas con seres luminosos, además de un reporte, ¿se acuerda usted?, de una comunidad indígena que decía que estaba siendo atacada por los pelacaras, debido a que en alguna ocasión esto ocurrió con una persona, le quitaron el rostro. En estas ocasiones, aquí le presento el último caso, ocurrido el 26 de octubre en San Antonio, en Perú. La entidad es luminosa también, como en los otros casos. ¿Existirá alguna relación?
Yeah, what does it look like?
Like it.
Actually, I don't know.
God, I can't even see it. What the hell is wrong with
No,
this?
it's straight up and down.
No, it has something on the side, Robert.
Yeah, I got a picture of it.
Oh.
Yeah? Uh-oh, Iron Man, sorry.
Probably
What is that?
Super Maldakian. Might be the super people Maldakian. It's holding its position straight up and down.
It's one straight up and down and it's staying that way.
You see it? Oh yeah. You'll know when you guys see them.
It's like this looks like a person with his arm sticking out.
See it, John?
No, I don't see it at all.
Oh, there it is, to the left. Oh, yeah.
Where? Did you point it somewhere?
Right over here. Look at John, Angela. Yeah.
Yes.
Oh my God, give my left nut. Let's find that.
Like in a space, like the fish one. Yeah.
Oh,
really zoom in, okay?
Okay, you're low. It's torture.
Martin.
You're high.
I lost it.
I'm looking. Oh, there it is. I got it.
Is it the Michelin Man?
I don't know. It looks like a person almost.
It almost looks like a person, right?
Yeah, it looks like a person almost.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like a person.
Saw his hair.
Is it moving?
Yeah.
It's a person? Yeah.
I mean, it
It appears like a person, but it's an anomaly.
Does it look like a marshmallow? Yeah, the one thing that looked like, the marshmallow man, but like with a low.
You just got it?
Yeah, like you had it. You have your iPad? Low. I know it's here somewhere, but it's flying. It's flying.
Oh, I can't believe I lost that.
I think it might be the super beans. But
You got him?
Okay, I'm going to zoom in a little bit more.
Oh my god, I gotta get this guy.
on it.
Right, you're right.
Lost it for a second.
That's exactly where your camera is.
An abduction.
Take a close look at this. Field of cows?
Well, how do you explain that then? There you go.
Yeah, that's an abduction.
That is definitely an abduction.
Can we do that one more time, Mr. Director?
Why wouldn't, if you're a UFO, if you're an alien, why wouldn't you take out...
Uwaga, świeża sprawa. 17 czerwca nad Płockiem przeleciał metaliczny obiekt w kształcie kuli. Został dostrzeżony w okolicach osiedla Skarpa. Świadek wykonał krótkie wideo oraz zdjęcia. Niestety chwilę później obiekt dosłownie rozpłynął się w powietrzu. Poszukujemy kolejnych świadków. Jeśli macie materiał albo informacje na temat tego przelotu, prosimy, piszcie na info@wylatowo.org.pl.
Okay, that's weird. Can you film it too?
I can't, it doesn't get any detail.
That's weird.
It's moving though.
It is, it's going from left to right.
Satellite.
Yeah, but to be that long, that's exceptionally weird. Someone must... It's got to be some balloons.
Yeah, but it's like so specific.
I mean, we could...
Whoa. No fucking way. Holy shit. Holy fuck. That is...
What the f?
Hey, something exploded. Explosion.
Не, шоу не могут пустить по нам, ты шо? Охренеть, ни хрена.
Что это за херня?
Катрюля тарелка
Ну, блядь.
по-любому.
А ну приблизь еще.
На месте стоит, ты ж бачишь?
А на месте, блядь. Ну.
А в теплак ничего не свет?
А, что не так?
A 2000. O sea, hay varios.
Este momento épico, cabros. Estamos aquí en el volcán Antuco y grabando el valle allá para abajo. Miren lo que lo encontramos: un ovni, un objeto que brilla ya no identificado. Puede que sea el día de la independencia hoy día, weón. La quedan la cagada que se van a enfrentar, weón. O será Goku, weón, que está haciendo la Genkidama, weón. Mira, weón. Voy a darle todo el aumento por los 126 de...
Maravilla.
Mira, Carly, cómo se ve aquí en la pantalla. Ven a ver, culiao, mira cómo se ve aquí en la pantalla. Es un triángulo, weón, mira.
Ah, claro que sí.
Es un triángulo, weón, mira.
Sácale una foto,
¿Qué
weón,
weón
estoy
será,
grabando.
No sé, pues, weón.
Estoy grabando, sácate una foto.
Estoy grabando, weón. Mira.
Está como en alto, sí, la wea, pues.
Sí, pues, weón.
Deja de comer hielo, vos, weón. Te enfermas de la guata.
Hola, weón. ¿Qué weón sería, perro?
No sé.
You know, there's different things that I've been filming in the sky. You know, there's different types of objects, different types of light orbs and weird phenomena. These things in this video you can see are some sort of light orbs, and what my belief is that they're, well, I don't know if it's a belief yet, it's just a theory, is that they are partially materialized craft or beings of some kind, probably craft. And why I think they're partially materialized is because they only show up as light. If you watch the documentary Close Encounters of the Fifth Kind, or listen to any of the Stephen Greer stuff, this is like mentioned. He says in this podcast I was recently listening to that when these beings visit Earth, they more often than not will not fully materialize into a solid craft. Like they're
I'm gonna analyze this when I get home.
Because that, whatever that is looking for something. Damn, I lost it. Oh my God, it's flying so fast. Where the fuck did it go? Oh boy, I'm losing my mind.
Wait, look. There's the orb and then there's the saucer. Oh my God.
So what is it? What are we looking at? Balloons? Who has binoculars? Can I see them? I can't see. Did you get a close-up? I saw them when they disappeared. I don't have binoculars. Are they struggling or anything? They were together and now they're Did you film it this morning? Great, great. Yeah. 5, 6, 7. 5, 6. Down there. It's not right there. And there's one more down there. I see one over Who has a zoom? We're trying to figure out the basic station.
Line of lights that disappears into sky.
Did you see it? Let's run it back one more time. This is probably one of the best UFO videos you're ever going to see. This happened 7 years ago at the Orlando airport. I'll slow down a little bit twice, I slowed it down. Let's do a 4th time slowdown. Much more obvious. There's the plane coming in to the Atlanta airport. MCO is a designator. 16 times slowdown. And you can really see it there. There's the jet coming in on its approach. You can even see the smoke ring back there. This is not a fake video. What more do you want?
Okay, we're back. There's now 5. We are totally, Ryan and I are absolutely freaking out, dude. We do not know what this is over Point Loma. This is a video live. You guys can see this is the airport facing west. They've had 2 grouped. Now there's 5. It's definitely some sort of pattern-ish thing going on. Bright orange lights. Does not look like white lighting. And you'll notice the bottom left one just went out. You can see up in the top right of the screen there's a plane flying. It's clearly a plane. Now that bottom right one went out. What's weird is they're so static, dude. I mean, could they be drones with super bright lights on them? Yeah, I don't think so either. Definitely pulsating light. There's a plane in the foreground taking off, obviously.
זה יורד למטה.
אתה מצלם? אתה רואה?
אני רואה מה זה.
לא, כולנו רואים את זה.
מה זה?
שיו!
יואו! מה זה?
אמא?
מה זה? ראית? יואו בנברות. ראית את זה?
תראה, יש המון.
הנה, תראי שמה. מה זה?
אמא, לדור.
יש קבוצה שלמה שם, תראה.
יואו. זה לא אמיתי. מה זה? ראית את זה?
וואו.
What the hell is this? Honestly.
Honestly, this is really strange. I mean, we're here every night. I've never seen anything like this.
That's the reflection from that light. Yeah, so soon as the light hit it, reflection.
That's really fucking strange.
Evolución terrestre y que después de desaparecer no hay una evolución posterior. De acuerdo a la Universidad Nacional Autónoma de México, quien realizó los análisis de carbono 14, estos seres tienen alrededor de 1000 años de antigüedad. Es decir, no se trata de seres que fueron recuperados en aves, que son estrellamiento plancton que abundaba en aquel tiempo y al desaparecer se fosilizó.
There it is.
There you go.
What in the fucking world is this? You see that? You guys see that? What is it?
Literally, what did that even do? What is that? That's disturbing. Oh my god. Yes.
Took off, booking it.
Break Omaha, pick-me kid, Rafael Peralta, passive ability to launch Hilo ASAP.
Splashing your bearing range. Sure. You got 2 minutes, 3 knots. Keep going, bro. So, it's 40. You're making 10, so we could probably bring that 35 relative.
Windy as fuck outside.
Sir.
Yeah, I'll bring 10.
We got a lot of white water up there, so 6 foot swells. Whoa, it's getting close.
Yeah, we have 31 knots sustained wind, topside, gust of 40.
What was splashed? Splashed. Mark bearing and range.
Bro, look at these clouds.
A group of fishermen have experienced a bizarre sight from a boat in the Gulf of Mexico. This flying saucer-like cloud formation forming in the sky off the Florida Keys, looking like something out of a sci-fi movie. Fear not, though, the formation known as cavum or punch-hole clouds are caused by planes.
something flying through the air. What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that?
Yo, what the fuck?
Aliens!
Yo.
Ahorita que está tranquilo, pero es que de repente deja de brillar. Cuando está brillando tanto, ahí va. Vamos a ver. Hacia arriba de nosotros. Pues sí, y sí, pero eso puede que sea un dron, mira, nos está viendo. Y de repente se apaga. Entonces hace rato se encendió cañón, ¿no? Y luego solo... Se ve como una bola. Qué bueno que no está temblando el pulso. Ahí sí sonó como a dron. Se oye como... Pero otra vez vuelve a brillar. Vamos a hacer una presión. Bajando de nuevo la estación militar, a lo mejor ese es un dron. Sí, va rápido. Ahí va rápido. Ahí va rápido. ¿Dónde está?
This is a recent trending video of a possible short 3 to 4 foot extraterrestrial gray being that was filmed at a home security camera reportedly captured on March 29th, 2024 from the Skinwalker Ranch. Now, this image is one of the clearest ones I've seen thus far of one of these beings. Take a look at this quick video clip and image, and let me know your thoughts and comment below.
2018. This footage surfaced of an F-18 landing on an aircraft carrier, but on the deck, there appears to be a triangular-shaped ship. Is this an experimental craft, an alien spaceship, or just an elaborate hoax?
This is an example of one that I showed at the hearing recently. This is a spherical orb, metallic, in the Middle East, 2022, by an MQ-9. I will come back to the sensor question that David raised here in a moment. This is a typical example of the thing that we see most of.
Took off, booking it.
Break Omaha, pick me kid, Rafael Peralta, passability to launch helo ASAP.
Splashing and bearing range.
Sure. You got 2 winds, 30 knots.
Keep going, bro. Let's go down.
You're making 10s, we could probably bring down 35 relative.
Windy as fuck.
Sir.
Yeah, I'll bring it down.
We got a lot of white water out there, some 6-foot swells.
Whoa, it's getting close.
Yeah, we have 31 knots sustained wind, topside, gust of 40.
Whoa, splashed. Splashed. Mark bearing and range.
is brighter. There's two bright lights way above the tree line on the south shore. Towards, I guess that must be, is that Towers Bay? Look, there's another one there. Look at, what the is that? Yo, I think we're seeing some aliens. For real. I'll try to zoom in here. Those other two just showed up. I'm walking towards it.
Americans are not the only ones in space. The Mir space station has allowed Russian cosmonauts to break the records for the length of time spent in space. During a docking with Mir, cosmonaut Musa Manarov filmed an unidentified object that passed by.
Запечатлеть. В какой-то момент съемки я обнаружил...
At some point in the filming, I caught sight of something that seemed to have separated from the ship. Moreover, it was rotating as it moved away and changing its brightness. I can't say exactly how far away it was. I can only say it was not very close, because the camera was focused on infinity. At first, it seemed to me that something has separated from the ship. But then, when I examined the ship, I realized that there was nothing that could have broken away. What's more, there were no alarms going off. Everything was calm. Later, there were lengthy arguments as to what it could possibly have been.
On another mission, Russian cosmonaut Gennady Strikalov is certain he saw an unusual, unidentified flying object in space.
Это по моим понятиям. Он появился... It was a huge sphere. I think it appeared when we were over Newfoundland. The sea was in the background. It was shining, sparkling, of absolutely even shape. It shone like the balls that hang on trees at Christmas, greenish in color and all shimmering. It was impossible to take your eyes off it. I watched it for maybe 5 or 7 seconds, but I didn't have a camera, and if I'd gone to get one, I would have lost it. For just as suddenly as it appeared, so it just disappeared.
It's not difficult to misinterpret objects in space. This mysteriously floating sphere is actually a recently developed remote camera called an air cam. A distinguished astronaut who agrees with Jack Casher's belief in the reality of UFOs is Gordon Cooper. Now in his 80s, Cooper had a sighting while serving as a fighter pilot in Germany in 1951.
Well, the weatherman had reported seeing these objects in the sky, and various other people got binoculars and looked for them, saw them also, and they were flying formations similar to our fighter formations. And we proceeded to launch some airplanes to see if we could get up to where they were, and we could not, and gave up on it. They were higher and faster than we could go.
Gordon Cooper was so convinced that there was evidence of UFOs here on Earth that in 1978 he went to the United Nations and presented them with a letter describing his experience.
Right, now tell me about the letter to the UN.
Well, the letter to the UN was in conjunction with a meeting that I had with Kurt Waldheim and the Security Council of the UN to try to encourage the UN to establish a committee to start comparing notes and data and information, and to really look into all of this from an unbiased, neutral point of view.
Here's a quote from your letter. I believe that these extraterrestrial vehicles and their crews are visiting this planet from other planets and are obviously a little more advanced than we are here on Earth. And are you saying that's exactly why governments have been trying to keep this information private, because of that obvious advancement?
Very possibly, right.
pues cabros. Vengan para acá. Hay algo allá. Mira, se los llevan. Vengan para acá, vengan para acá.
Son caletas.
Son caletas.
Eso no puede ser. Yo una vez pregunté y me dijeron la Fuerza Aérea que era un simulacro de no sé qué. Y es imposible, bueno. Yo estoy segura que eso no es. Aparte que no se dejan grabar como los aviones.
Vengan para acá. Vengan, pues cabros.
Son bonitos, ¿eh?
Sí, son bacanos.
Lo bonito que es como el espectáculo
caletas,
aéreo que tienen.
Po, weón. Son caletas.
¿Este que el celular no los capta?
No, pues.
Mira, el celular no. ¡No, amiga!
Oh, se fueron. Ah, no, están ahí.
Camilo, tengo unos binoculares. ¿Los veis?
Apparently, UFOs are getting shot down left and right. That's a missile which hits the UFO, and the UFO has burst into flames. If you look closely, you could kind of see the shape of the UFO, and if you close your eyes, you see absolutely nothing. So it's best to keep them open. But don't forget to blink. Also, don't forget not to blink. Blinking kind of happens automatically.
Un ovni. Renzo. No, no puede ser, es estático.
De marzo del 2021, sobre la ciudad de Los Ángeles, California, en los Estados Unidos, fue registrada una evidencia extraordinaria, que fue captada desde una aeronave en vuelo. El autor de la grabación fue identificado como Sven Ferioli, quien posiblemente se trataba del piloto del avión. En el video, podemos observar un misterioso objeto en forma de cilindro que se desplazaba sobre la costa, muy cerca de la aeronave comercial. Veamos las imágenes. La estructura del objeto, como mencionamos, presenta geometría en forma de cilindro y se aprecia en tonalidad blanca. Tenemos que destacar que no se le observa nada que nos explique qué tipo de tecnología utiliza para sustentarse en el aire. No tiene alas, ni turbinas, y descartamos que se trate de un dirigible. Su forma es completamente diferente. El objeto presenta rumbo y dirección definidos.
That's as far as it goes. On video. I'm taking a video of it. I don't know. Goes away. What?
What is going on? Do you see that?
저것도 뭐야? 왜 저러고 그러는 거야? 오빠 저기 뭐야? 약간 말들 상상하고. 오! 어떻게 저런 문장이 나오고? 어디 있어? 만만을 푸.
What is this?
I mean, that's a UFO. It just moved like.
It moved, yeah, like it moved a lot further south. And they disappeared, and now they're back, and now they're going out again.
Aí. Ele está voltando, olha lá, estrela. É, filhão. O bagulho tá sinistro. Isso é um avião. Já isso aqui, eu não sei o que é. Mas tá milhão.
Oh no. Maybe it's the...
Le 30 août 2015, peu le passage de l'ouragan Ignacio, cet objet volant non identifié d'un diamètre, évalué entre 4 à 5 mètres, a été filmé par un touriste sur l'île de Molokai.
In a leaked video that emerged on the internet, an alleged encounter between a man and an extraterrestrial being took place at an undisclosed location within a secret base in the United States. The encounter reportedly occurred during the nighttime, and due to the video's quality, the specific surroundings remain unidentified. It is believed that this encounter took place in 2017, although no official confirmation from the government has been provided. The video begins with a man standing a short distance away from what appears to be an extraterrestrial being, commonly referred to as a Grey. Both individuals face each other and maintain eye contact for several moments. The extraterrestrial's physical features resemble typical depictions of Greys: a hairless, pale grayish skin tone, large dark eyes, and a slight frame. The man remains calm throughout the encounter, showing no signs of distress or fear. Their interaction appears to be nonverbal, as no audible communication is captured in the leaked video. Despite this, their body language seems engaged and focused. The man and the extraterrestrial being exchange glances, perhaps attempting to convey meaning or understanding to one another. It is worth noting that any interpretation of their interaction remains speculative due to the lack of context provided. After a brief period of visual engagement, the man and the extraterrestrial reach out and firmly shake hands. This momentary physical contact suggests a mutual acknowledgement or agreement between the two parties. The handshake appears formal, devoid of any overt displays of emotion or excitement. Both individuals maintain a composed demeanor throughout the encounter, further adding to the enigmatic nature of the video. It is important to emphasize that the authenticity and veracity of this video remain unverified. As no official confirmation or statements have been released by the government or reputable sources, skepticism should be exercised when evaluating the footage. The leaked video serves as a piece of intriguing but unconfirmed evidence in the realm of alleged extraterrestrial encounters. As with any leaked material, its origin and intentions behind its release by an anonymous source raise additional questions about its credibility. The lack of supporting information or corroboration adds further complexity to the assessment of this alleged encounter. Without official documentation or reliable sources, it is impossible to draw definitive conclusions regarding the nature and significance of this encounter. Until further evidence emerges or official disclosures are made, this leaked video remains an unverified curiosity within the realm of alleged extraterrestrial encounters.
Something exploded and now this is in the sky. Oh, look, look, look. What is that? What is that?
Oh my goodness.
Oh my god. Something exploded. What is that? I can't. I'm recording. I don't want to move. I gotta record this. What is that?
They're all over the damn place again tonight. Okay, I'm gonna keep walking towards it. Might actually get to capture something here. Son of a bitch. All right, whatever you are, you need to leave. Stay out of this place. This is our home. This is our home. You need to leave. You leave now.
ноември. Ето, пак се разклони. Това е Шипка, това е на север. И пак след него остана среда като коминче. Ето.
I'm almost certain. Yo, because nothing moves that fast through the sky.
Oh.
Look at that.
Or it's an alien.
It could be. Yo.
Oh, we're gonna see it come past that tree.
What the fuck? What the fuck is that? Am I losing my goddamn mind? What the fuck is that? What the fuck? Where did it go? Okay. No biggie.
It's fucking green or something.
Oh my god, that's not a fucking... It's not a helicopter, Dave.
Man, I'm looking right out of it.
Oh my god. Fuck is that?
Dude, look at it! Wow!
Oh my god.
Objeto no identificado.
You love me.
Ape your home and car insurance before July 6. You'll get a bonus 20% off your home insurance. Stop paying too much. Call Apia on 135050 and save today.
Offer valid for first year only, not available online. T's and C's apply. APA is an authorised rep of AAI Limited, the product issuer. Consider the BDS before buying whether it's right for you. By the way, I'm with you on the berries.
But so now we have found the remains of the plane, and again, there were some. We eventually bring some of the family out that was fit enough to be there. We did manage to find some bone fragments, and we buried those at the site. But in the book, I tell the story, and I said you can believe it or not, but it is true, and I'm not the only one to have seen it. As we are kind of burying the the remains of this thing, and I say a little prayer over this this cross we put up there, and as I get through saying it, all of a sudden one of the guys turns to me and goes, "Hey, sir, take a look up there." And again, if you can imagine, we're in this bowl, and I think it goes up to about 8,000 feet or something like that. And right above the ridge line, I see what looks like a parachute flare. I'm thinking, is somebody shooting parachute flares? And I'm looking around thinking, well, maybe one of our guys is, shooting parachute flares. And nobody's shooting parachute flares. There's one, and there's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and they're kind of hovering up there. And looking around thinking, what in the world? And the guy says, "Hey, sir, how many of those do you see?" And again, it's just this kind of glowing orb, and it's just kind of floating up there, and there were 9 of them. And there were 9 victims on the plane. And it was up there for 10 or 15 minutes. They all kind of hovered up, and then one by one, they just kind of went up.
It's only going to get weirder. The level of contradiction is going to rise excruciatingly, even beyond the excruciating present levels of contradiction. So I think it's just going to get weirder and weirder and weirder, and finally it's going to be so weird that people are going to have to talk about how weird it is. And at that point, novelty theory can come out of the woods. Because eventually people are going to say, what the hell is going on? It's just too nuts. It's not enough to say it's nuts. You have to explain why it's so nuts. I look for the invention of artificial life, the cloning of human beings, possible contact with extraterrestrials, possible human immortality, and at the same time, appalling acts of brutality, genocide, race baiting, homophobia, famine, starvation, because the systems which are in place to keep the world sane are utterly inadequate to the forces that have been unleashed. The collapse of the socialist world, the rise of the internet, these are changes so immense, nobody could imagine them ever happening. And now that they have happened, nobody even bothers to mention what a big deal it is. The mushroom said to me once, it said, this is what it's like when a species prepares to depart for the stars. You don't depart for the stars under calm and orderly conditions. It's a fire in a madhouse. And that's what we have, the fire in the madhouse at the end of time. This is what it's like when a species prepares to move on to the next dimension. The entire destiny of all life on the planet is tied up in this. We are not acting for ourselves or from ourselves. We happen to be the point species on a transformation that will affect every living organism on this planet at its conclusion.
Thorn tree, it's hard for thee to kick against the pricks. Till Armageddon, no shalom, no shalom. Then the father hen will call his chickens home. The wise men will bow down before the throne, and at his feet they'll cast their golden crowns.